Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The fruit, we will discuss the fruit from the pharmacognostic point of view. Fruit is derived from ripened, fertilized ovary of a single flower or group of flowers. When the ovary or the ripened ovary alone forming the fruit, this gives what is known as true fruit. When other parts of the flower share with the ovary or share with the ripened ovary to give the fruit structure, this is false fruit. So we have true fruit and false fruit according to the parts forming the fruit. Ripened ovary alone, this is true fruit. Ripened ovary and other parts of the flower, this is false fruit. Function of the fruit is to contain seed inside and protect the seed and to ensure its distribution. For each fruit we have two scars or two marks on the fruit, one on the upper and one on the lower surface. The apex on the upper scar is known as the marking the attachment or remaining of style. The scar on the lower side marking the attachment or remaining of stalk. Histologically, the fruit wall known as pericarp, and it is differentiated into three tissues. The outer epidermal or the outer part known as epicarp, the ground tissue or the middle tissue known as mesocarp, and the inner tissue or the endocarp, which is lining the cavity of containing the seeds. The true fruit, which as we said originated from ripened gynoecium or ripened flower or single or group of flowers, single flower, one gynoecium, one ovary, ripened, forming the fruit. This will give the simple fruit. A simple true fruit formed from single flower of syncarpous ovary, as in synapse. Syncarpous meaning even if the ovary forms from different carpels or more than one carpel, but the walls between the carpels are removed, forming one loculule or one room. Aggregate true fruit formed from single flower of apocarpous ovary. Apocarpous meaning the ovary is divided or separated into its formed carpels. This is gynoecium, multiple ovaries formed from multiple carpels. So aggregate fruit formed from a single flower of apocarpous ovary arranged on a single receptacle, generally known as etherio of fruits. The aggregate or etherio of fruits. This is flower, number of ovaries, each one ripened into single flower, but they are all carried on the same receptacle, so this is aggregate of fruits. The composite fruits derives from number of flowers or inflorescence carried together. The number of flower or this inflorescence, each one will give one fruit, as in grape or in berry fruits. For the simple fruit, we have different types according to the structure of the pericarp or the nature of the pericarp. First, we have the succulent, simple true fruit. Pericarp is fleshy, which may be berry or drupe. Drupe or berry, subtypes of the succulent, simple true fruit. Drupe, mesocarp is fleshy, which is the inner or the middle tissue is fleshy. Endocarp is hard, containing one seed. The berry fruit, mesocarp is fleshy, as in drupe. Endocarp is leathery, but containing two seeds. So the difference between drupe and berry, they both have fleshy mesocarp, but the endocarp in the drupe is hard, while it's leathery in the berry, containing one seed in the drupe and containing many seeds in the berry fruit. The dry fruit, first type was the succulent fruit, second is the dry in which the pericarp dries on ripening. On dryness, when dryness happens, either the fruit will open, exposing the seed inside, or remain closed. If it is open, so this is dehiscent dry fruit, splits open on ripening to dispersing the seeds, and include follicle, in which derives from monocarpellary ovary, splits along one side or one suture, exposing the seed. The legume or pod formed from monocarpellary ovary splits on both sides or both suture, ventral and dorsal suture, exposing the seeds also. So the follicle and legume, the difference in mode of opening. When it's open from one side, one suture, this is follicle, both suture, dorsal and ventral, so this is legume. Here structure of legume. The siliqua, also dehiscent dry true fruit, formed from bicarpellary ovary. We have two rooms, two locules, split into valves into two halves by valves from apex to base, leaving the seeds attached to central membranous septum in the center. So that is fruit wall on dryness open completely from base to apex, and the seeds are attached to central septum as in crucifer. So difference between siliqua and follicle. In siliqua, seeds are attached from both sides, are attached to the central septum in the middle, while in legume, the seeds are remaining attached to one of the sides. Siliqua derived from bicarpellary ovary, and while in legume derived from monocarpellary ovary. The capsule looks, or it's similar to a box of seeds containing different seeds. On ripening, it dries and there is different types of opening or pores are formed on the fruit wall to expose and distribute the seeds. The indehiscent fruit, dry indehiscent fruit. On ripening, the fruit dries but still closed, usually containing one seed, derived from unilocular ovary. It includes achene, in which pericarp is free from seed structure or free from testa. We can separate the seed from the pericarp or the fruit wall, as in strawberry. Second type is grain or caryopsis, in which seed structure or the testa are fused with the pericarps. We can separate them from each other, as in maize or in wheat. The nut, indehiscent dry fruit, in which pericarp is woody, containing one seed. Samara, in which we have membranous extension or membranous wing arise from the pericarp to ensure distribution of the seed. Also stay or remain closed on ripening and dryness. So this is membranous structure or wing arise on the fruit wall. Sepsilla, derived from bicarpellary ovary. Bicarpellary meaning two ovary formed from two carpels. Pericarp and testa are free from each other. We can separate the seed from the fruit wall. Third type is schizocarpic fruit, which is true fruit. Either contain two seeds or more than two seeds, derived from bi to multilocular ovary. On ripening, the fruit is split or separated into number of one-seeded indehiscent part. It looks like aggregate of dry indehiscent fruits. On ripening, will separate into different parts according to the components, number of components, but each one part is containing one seed. This is characteristic. Schizocarpic fruit is one of the characteristic in family Umbelliferous, the fruit of family Umbellifera. As we will discuss many members of family Umbellifera, so we'll discuss the general characters of family Umbelliferous fruit. Family Umbelliferous fruit is schizocarpic fruit. Schizocarpic meaning dry and dehiscent fruit, derived from bi to multilocular ovary containing 2 seeds or more. On dryness or on ripening, it will dry and separate into number of components. Each one is containing 1 seed. So the umbelliferous fruit is schizocarpic, consists of cremocarps, or the fruit known as cremocarps, originated from bilocular bicarpellary inferior ovary. Bilocular, we have 2 rooms, 2 spaces inside the ovary. There are 2 carpels forming the ovary, and the ovary in the lower part of the flower, where other parts of the flower arise on the top of the ovary. Each cremocarp consists of 2 parts or 2 halves known as mericarp. So we have the cremocarp, the entire umbelliferous fruit, the mericarps, 2 in number, forming each cremocarp. The mericarp are attached to each other by thread structure known as carpophore. The carpophore arises at the top or the upper part of the mericarp and unite at the base, or forming one structure at the base or the stalk. Each mericarp have characteristic of form bearing 5 primary ridge. On the dorsal side, on the dorsal surface, we have prominent ridge or prominent structure. They are 5 in number and known as primary ridge. Between the primary ridge or between the prominent structures, we have 4 less prominent structure known as secondary ridge. The mericarps characterized by having 2 surfaces, as we said, the dorsal, which bearing the ridges, primary and secondary, and surface of attachment, the surface by which the 2 mericarps are attached to each other and known as commissural surface. Microscopically, under the primary ridge, we have bicollateral vascular bundle. Under each primary ridge, we have bicollateral vascular bundle. Under each secondary ridge, we have schizogenous duct secreting and storing volatile oil based on the dorsal surface. On the commissural surface, we have 2 additional vitti, so the total number of vitti in each mericarp is 6, and total number of vascular bundle in each mericarp is 5. But for the entire fruit, for the cremocarp, we have 10 primary ridge, 10 vascular bundle, and 8 secondary ridge, and 12 vitti. Each half of the fruit have 1 seed. Each mericarp containing 1 anatropous seed, anatropous type of ovule forming the seed, we will discuss later. Each seed is albuminous, meaning containing endosperm within its structure. In the endocarp, the cells are divided into group of thin-walled, narrow, parallel cells. Each group of these cells having different orientation from the other surrounding groups, giving a parquetary structure. So this is the structure of the parquetary structure in sector: small, thin-walled, parallel cell in each cell of the endocarp, and also characterized by under the primary ridge, under the vascular bundle, we have lignified reticulated parenchyma. Parenchyma lignified with lignified structure, lignin deposited as reticulated structure. So this is the characteristic of umbelliferous fruit, which we will see in each umbelliferous fruit we will discuss. And thank you.